pick out a couple different bundles of yarn. Varying weights and textures are perfect because they'll add more dimension to your tapestry. Then cut a piece of cardboard a bit larger than you want your tapestry to be. Mine was about the size of a piece of paper. Make marks at the top of your cardboard about 1/4 of an inch apart, and then do the same thing on the other end of the cardboard. Cut 1/2 inch down those marks that you made. Choose your first yarn, one that is fairly thin. Slide your yarn into the first cut you made, leaving a few inches as a tail. This is really important that you keep that tail because we'll use that at the end. Pull the yarn down to the first cut on the opposite end, and then wrap it around, pulling it back up to the top. Continue this pattern until you have filled the front of your cardboard. When you get to the end, cut your yarn and once again leave a few inches, and then tape those ends of the yarn to the back of the cardboard. You can take a piece of spare cardboard to put behind the yarn and slide it all the way to the bottom, and this will just help elevate the strings a little bit, making it easier to weave. Choose your first color of yarn to start weaving. Cut a piece that is about an arm's length or 2 to 3 feet long. It doesn't really matter how long it is, you just don't want it to be too long to work with. Loop the beginning of the strand through a bobby pin, and then begin weaving your yarn through the vertical strands, alternating going over and under. When you get to the end, pull the yarn through, leaving a few inches on the end. Start weaving the other way. So if you ended by going under the vertical string, then start weaving back the other way by going over that first vertical string, and then under and over, and continue that pattern to the end. Go back and forth as many times until you have it as wide as you'd like. When you're finished with that color, you can cut the yarn and tie the ends together. Now, the proper way to end the yarn is actually to weave it into the sides of the tapestry, but since this was just a simple DIY, I wanted to keep it as easy as possible, so I just tied mine in a knot, and I really don't mind if it doesn't look perfect. Now it's time to add fringe. So cut a bunch of pieces of yarn that are about 1 foot long, and I doubled mine up, meaning I used 2 at a time, but you could also just use 1 strand at a time and make the fringe a little less full. So take your strands, fold them in half, and then slide that under 2 vertical strings. Pull the ends of your yarn through the loop and pull it tight to secure it in a knot. Continue tying your yarn around 2 vertical strands at a time until you finish the fringe. Choose a new color of yarn to begin your next row. Cut a strand, once again, that is about an arm's length. Loop the end around your bobby pin. Begin weaving under and over the vertical strands. Continue this pattern until you've done as many rows as you want. And tie the ends of the strands to secure them to the tapestry. Next, I wanted to try a beaded row to add a little different texture to the tapestry. I chose some beads and I used a thin silk thread. You could also use embroidery floss or really any other thread that you have. So cut a piece of your thread and then tie that around the first vertical strand. String one of your beads onto your thread and then loop the thread around the second vertical strand to secure that bead in place. And continue this pattern, stringing on your desired amount of beads. Choose a new color of yarn and begin weaving in the same pattern. I wove mine at an angle instead of just straight across, and I did this by weaving on less vertical strands each time. So the rows got smaller and smaller and it kind of created an angle. Then I chose a new color to weave on the other side of the angled rows. I wanted to try adding some more beads, so I cut a piece of embroidery floss and I strung on a small gold bead. Then I wove this into the yarn I already had on the tapestry and tied the embroidery floss around the vertical strands to secure the beads. But I really didn't add that many of these because I soon realized that these small beads really didn't show up that well because of how thick the yarn was. So maybe if you want to try this out, use some beads that are a little bit larger than the ones that I had. I wanted to add another texture on the tapestry, so instead of just weaving the next color like I had been doing, I made a series of knots. So I tied 2 knots on 2 vertical strands at a time and continued this pattern across the row, and then I did 1 more row on top of that. The last row that I did was the same basic weaving pattern that I showed you earlier, and I just did this for a few rows at the top. Finally, it's time to finish the tapestry. First, take all the loops off of the bottom of the cardboard. And then tie the loops in knots with the loop next to them, and do this all the way across to secure the tapestry. And then you can trim off the excess yarn once you have all your knots really nice and secure. Next, carefully remove the tapestry from the top of the cardboard. And starting on one side, tie the tail around the first loop, and then tie that loop around the loop next to it, and continue this pattern across the entire row. It should look something like this when you're finished. If you want, you can slide these loops onto a dowel, and this will keep your tapestry from folding in on itself when it hangs, but mine was small enough that it was able to lay flat without the dowel. Last, just tie the 2 tails together and you can use that to hang your tapestry. And that's it. There are so many ways that you can customize this DIY, so have fun with it, and if you make your own tapestry, I would love to see it. So if you post a picture, tag me on Instagram so I can check it out. I hope that you have fun crafting.